Good evening, everyone. Can you all hear me?
Good evening, we can hear you.
Okay. Uh, we'll be starting the class 8:10 dot. But before others join, we can start by having a recap of yesterday class. I can see the facilitator for yesterday. She's raising her hand. I don't know. Maybe she want to do the recap, and we can start.
No, sorry, it was it was a mistake. Maybe someone could do the recap for us. So
Okay.
yeah.
Who is going to do the recap for us? We have just 3 minutes to do that, so that the instructor for today will continue. Who is doing that for us? Okay, when we are waiting for the person that is going to do the recap, let me briefly recap what we discussed yesterday. Yesterday, we start by recapping our first class, whereby we introduce us to going about this course, what you are expected to learn during this course. And from there, yesterday, we start talking about data science proper. We talk about data science life cycle. And we talk about skills you need to learn as a data scientist and other stuffs you need to learn. And we also entertain questions. That is yesterday. Today, for those that join the classes and they are on the WhatsApp platform, I can see the material for the first 2 days has been sent to the group, and you can check and read through it if you miss any of the class. Also, we have the video of all the classes on YouTube. Just visit your YouTube and search Brave Post Technologies. You will see the video of yesterday class and the day before yesterday class on YouTube. And you can also follow Brave Post on all social media platforms at Brave Post Technologies. I think there is nobody that want to do the recap for us. In that case, in the next 1 minute, we kickstart today's session. I don't know if the facilitator for today's class she's ready. If she's ready, she can just set up, and by 8:10 dot, we start the class proper.
Okay.
We can start. It's precious. You can start.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Hello, can everyone hear me? Please can you.
Yes, we can hear you. Good evening.
Okay, so I'm going to start right away. Okay, so today we'll be talking about Excel.
Okay, she's trying to share screen. Rukaya, what's the problem? I can see you raising up your hand. Hello, Rukaya.
Hello, good day. Sorry, that was a mistake. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, Precious. I can't hear you. Unmute yourself.
Oh, okay. Sorry for that. Okay, good evening, everyone. I would like to welcome you guys to today's class. So today we'll be working on Excel. Am I still echoing?
No,
Hey,
it's
better
okay
now.
now.
Okay. So first things first, my own start, I made the settings of my screen to be on this other side, my start buttons and then my task bar and every other thing. So to open Excel on your system, already I have Excel pinned here, but then for the sake of those who have not really used Excel before, I'll be starting from the beginning. So the first thing we're going to do, close to the start bar, you see a search button. So you just click on the search button and then you type your Excel there. Then you click on Excel and it opens up for you. Okay, so I would like to show you the first interface of Excel. So first things first, if you want to open a new workbook, this is what you just have to do. You just click on this sheet right here, and then a new sheet pops up. So a single page of this sheet is called a spreadsheet or a worksheet, but then multiple sheets is called a workbook. And if you want to create other sheets, all you have to do is just click on the plus button below here. You click on the plus button, and then I'm just going to show you how to navigate through your Excel. So as you can see, this is the tabs. Then this part is the access toolbar, quick access toolbar. Here we have the file, we have the home tab, we have insert tab, we have page layout, we have formula tab, we have data, we have review, and then we have view. So Excel is categorized by rows and columns. The rows are identified with numbers, which are by the side here. If you can see my screen clearly, you see that there are numbers by the side. This part is the rows, and then this other upper part, the alphabetical part, it's the column. Excel has about 1 million rows and 16,000 columns with billions of cells. So then we have the formula bar here. We also have the title bar up here where my cursor is. And then here we have the name box. As you can see, if I just place my cursor there, you'll just be seeing the title. And each of these boxes you see here, they are called cells. So for you to input something into your Excel, all you have to do is just click on the particular space you want to work with. When you click on it, then you start typing whatever you want to type in. Then if you want to make if you want to edit something, you can edit it here, right here in the formula bar area. So let me just say, for example, I type in Sarah. So if I want to edit it, okay, let's leave here first. Then I click on Sarah again. Then I want to work on it. I can come to this formula bar area and just click on it. And then I can easily edit it. So under the tabs, we have ribbons. These are called ribbons. Each tab, that's the home tab, insert tab, page layout, the formula tab, the data, the review, the view, all of them, they have their own ribbons underneath it. Then coming to this side, this is where you can actually zoom in and out. As you can see, you can zoom your page, and then you can also reduce it from this particular point where my cursor is right now. So also,
Sorry, I can't see that.
when you, okay, it's
Sorry,
the
you can
net
see that
here.
the main place.
Oh, okay. Let me can you see this part? Hello.
Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay, yes, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, so, and you can also zoom in if you are using a mouse, like an external mouse. You can just hold down on your control and then roll this stuff. I've forgotten, but then you just roll on it. Then you can either increase it through that or reduce it. You can also merge cells in Excel. Then also, if you want to go to, like, maybe you are beneath, yeah, maybe at the bottom of your page, and then you just want to like go to the top, all you have to do is just click on your control key, and then this arrow facing upwards on your keyboard. When you click on it, let's say, let me take it down and click on a cell. Okay, let me just click on this cell to something. Then just click on your control key and press the upper arrow. It takes you back upwards. So there are other functions in Excel that you can work with. Excel is a very easy tool for calculations. So if, for example, you want to like merge cells, so this is just like basic. So if you want to like merge cells in Excel, all you have to do is click on it, then drag. You drag, then you come to your home. You around here, you see your merge and center. You click on it. Then if you click on it, you see that Sarah is now in the middle of A to K, row 1, column A to K. So it's not at the center. So this is usually used for like title of your work. Maybe, for example, you're working on a dashboard and the likes. So if you want to place your title, you just put it here. Then the next thing you have to do, you can also expand your role. Let me unmerge it first. Then you can also expand your rows by clicking on the edge of the row and pressing down and just drag it. You left click and drag. You press and hold the left click and just drag it, and then it increases. And also, if you already have something here, let me take it back. If you already have something in like A1, for example, what you have to do is, maybe, for example, you wrote something like Sarah Daniels. Cynthia. Okay. Here now, as you can see now, this what's it called? this Sarah Daniel Cynthia is coming out from this particular cell A1. So imagine writing something else here, maybe states, Edo. You see that the cells, they are overlapping. So what you have to do, you can just also come here, instead of dragging, you just double click on this edge here where my cursor is, just double click, and then the name, we automatically increase it to the size of your text. So that is that for that. So now I think, okay, let me just show you, in case you are creating a new sheet, then you just click on this thing here, this plus sign here, and then you can also rename your sheet. You can rename your sheet. You can click on this sheet 2 or sheet 1, just left click on it, and then you see rename. Then apart from that, you can also double click on it. You can also double click on it, and automatically the thing opens for you, and then you delete and write whatever you want to write. Let me say I'm writing dashboard, for example. So this is it. You see the name has changed from the normal name to dashboard here. And then you can also add and delete rows and columns. All you have to do is, if you want the role, now we're working on rows. So if you want your row to be on top of this row 2, what you have to do is left click on row 2, and then you see insert. Then we insert. If you also want to delete this particular row, you left click again, and then you delete. Then it goes out. And then for this inserting, then you can also, hello.
Please come again with your last.
Okay, yes, I'm talking about inserting of row. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, yes. For inserting of row, what you have to do is, if you want the row to be, okay, let me use this A1 and row 1. If you want the row to be on top of A, you click directly on it. Let me zoom in so you can see it properly. Okay, so if you want this the new row that you are creating.
Sorry, Miss Precious. Can you just be zooming it, because I hardly can see what you are actually pointing. I mean, your cursor. I can hardly see sometimes. I can hardly see it. So if you can do, I don't know if you can just be zooming it in so that we can be able to be
I can't
seeing it.
hear you clearly.
Thank you.
You are
I
going
didn't
to
get
zoom it
that.
from Precious end. Zoom it from your end.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can anybody hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes, we
Yeah,
can
thank
hear
you.
you.
All right. What I was saying is that, can you just be, whenever you are trying to, like maybe indicate something with your cursor, can you just be trying to zoom in so that we can be, because I can hardly see it. I can hardly see it the way you're displaying it. But when you zoom it, then I can be able to see it. I don't know for others, but for me.
All right, Precious, in case you are speaking, you are muted.
Precious, you can continue. The screen is okay. Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Continue.
We can hear you.
Just zoom in your screen, and so that they can see clearly.
Can you see clearly
Just zoom
now?
in. You are not sharing your screen.
Yes, we can see.
Yes, we can see.
She's sharing the screen now.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, see, you can see.
Yes, we
Okay,
can
so
see.
okay, so as I was saying, I said that if you want to insert a row and you want it, let me delete this row that I've already inserted. If you want to insert a row on top of this row 1, which is this Sarah, Daniel, Cynthia, on top of it, all you have to do is you left click on the row 1 and then you insert. Click on insert and then automatically a new row appears on top of Sarah Abraham. But if you want it to be under, you click on 2 instead of clicking on the one that you want it to be on top. Who is on mute? Please, can you mute your mic? Okay, so then it's also the same for creating a new column too. If you want to create a new column, you click on a column and then you left click and it shows insert. Then it inserts a new column to the left. It inserts a new column to the left. The same thing. If you also want to delete, you left click on the particular column you want to delete and then you delete it.
So, sorry, ma, is it left click or right click?
Right click.
Because I did left click, it's not showing me anything.
Right click, you right click. You right click.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry for that. Yeah, you right click on it. So and then you delete. So I want to get rid of this B here because I don't need it. So I'll just delete it. So after that, then you can there's something called cell referencing in Excel, and most times it's usually used with calculations. So for example, if let's say we have some set of numbers on this C, 3, 4, 5. Let me just manually impute numbers into this place. Okay, so if, for example, you want to calculate the total sum of everything on this column C, all you have to do is you click on equal to sign. Like every equation on Excel starts with an equal to sign. So you just click on equal to on your system and then you select the range of cells you want to work with. So this is it. This is the range of cells we are working with. This is actually called cell referencing. We are referencing cell C1 to cell C7 in cell C8 so that it will return the sum of everything for us. Sorry. So you just click on it and then click on one of the cells and then drag down. So when you drag down, you click on enter. Now this is showing hash value error because there's actually an error here. So we're supposed to put a sum immediately after the equal to, you put sum. Sum, then you open brackets and close the brackets. You click on enter again. As you can see, it has returned the value that it is expected to return. So from here, I think we'll be going straight
Sorry,
to.
ma. Sorry, ma. Can you come again, please? I was like a kind of distracted. Where it shows the value with hashtag. Then where did you get this from, please? Sorry for bringing me back again.
Oh, that's what I was saying. I said because the equation actually was not correct. That was why it was giving me error. So each time when you have something like that, you can always come back to your equation, check your equation, and know what the error is. You can see evaluate formula here. You can use this evaluate formula. You can use this evaluate formula to like actually check where the error from your work is coming from. So, but what I just did simply was to add sum immediately after the equation sign, and then I opened a bracket and reference my C1 to C7. My C1 to C7, I referenced it there, so that was all I did. And then I closed the bracket and I clicked enter. So please, you can just try that on your system to see if it works.
All right, thank you.
So that is it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. So Excel is one of like the easiest things to work with when working with calculation, because all you have to do is just type the equation. When you understand it, read more, because obviously this class is not going to be enough to offer. But then for the sake of time, I just want to like dive into the exercise I have for today. So then if you want to open a new file on Excel, all you have to do, just like Microsoft Word and the likes, you can use Control O, or you click on this file tab and then you see open here. Can you see I guess everybody can see this open here on this info, new, open, save as, print, share, export. This exporting is for maybe you have a document and maybe your employer or whoever you're working with says that you should change it to a PDF format. So you just click on, after working on your document, you click on this export, and then you see create PDF stroke XPS. Then you click on this part where you have this create PDF stroke XPS to create your PDF file. Then here, you can use here to save your documents. You just pick a location. You pick a location here for your documents. Maybe you want to save it to documents, you want to save it to download, or maybe there is a folder you created where you usually save your files to. So you just click on it, or you come here, click on this browse if it's not among the ones you're seeing here. You click on the browse and search for whatever the folder you want to like save your work to. So let me just use documents here. Okay, so I'm assuming that I want to save this book one to documents. So all I have to do, as you can see here, we have file name. So we can change the file name here. Let's imagine that I've worked on a particular dashboard, though I've not worked on any dashboard right now. So let me just call it dashboard. Then you work on this place. You can also change the file format for saving it. So there are different file formats here. So when you read more and learn more about Excel, you know the different format and the rest. But most times people use either the normal Excel format, Excel workbook format, or text, then or CSV. This CSV format delimited. Most people use it to save their file. But then for the sake of this class, I'll just be working with this Excel workbook. Then I click on save. When I click on save, as you can see at the top here, instead of my book one showing close to this Excel, now it's not dashboard that is showing here. It's dashboard that is showing here. So that is it. So we'll go to the exercise that I'm going to be working with from here. You open, use Control O. Then I'm using this, okay, workshop data. Okay, so for this part, I already worked on it, but so for the sake of this class, I'm going to delete everything. So to delete everything for me this evening, I'm just clicking on this particular one and then deleting everything. Highlighting everything from my formula bar and deleting it. So when I highlight it, I've deleted it from my formula bar. Then all I have to do, there's this thing that looks like a dot by the side of the highlight of this cell, this particular cell I'm referencing. You can just click on it, double click. It's not responding. Okay. Oh, it's not responding. But naturally, if you double click on it, it will just return everything as empty. And then you can also go in to delete manually, one after the other. Also go in, delete manually, one after the other. Okay, so I'm also going to delete for this part too. Okay, so for that deleting, what I did was I deleted from one and then I dragged from here down and then everything returned empty for me. So that was how I just deleted it. But you can also go in and delete it manually, one after the other. You can go in and delete it one after the other. So let me zoom in so we will see it. So coming to this side of my Excel, this is where the question is. This is already a pre-arranged question set. So from this first one, the question says populate column E to calculate lead per call. Lead per call. That is column C divided by column B. And double click the lower right corner of the cell to apply the formula down to all the rows. So let me reduce again. Okay. So now in this column E, we're supposed to populate column E with column C divided by column B. So type in your equal to sign and then you click on column C divided by with a slash column B, and then you click on enter. As you can see, it has returned 22.7%. So now we're going to double click from the instruction. You double click. You can also drag instead of double clicking. From this point, you just drag down. You just drag down and then you see it. Okay, so you just drag down and then you see everything. And then from this one, it says drag the formula from cell E2 to F2. So from here now, we're going to select everything. Like I told you about selecting everything. What you have to do is click on one, but don't go to this corner. Don't go close to this corner, because if you are going close to this corner, it will appear to Excel that you actually want the formula in this particular cell I'm clicking on to appear on all the cells in this particular column. So, but then you just drag from here. No. You click on it, then you drag down. Then from this point here, that looks like a dot at the end, you drag, I'm going to drag to colon F, and then it populates colon F. Looking at it manually, you may not really know that there is an error here, but there is an error in this colon F. So what we're going to do, we're going to check what is happening here. All you have to do is click on it, and then you see your formula here in the formula bar. You can see that it's dividing D2 divided by C2, which is not supposed to be. It's supposed to like divide D2 by B2. So what we're going to do is we're coming back to this place, and then we're going to reference B. We're going to make cell B fixed. So what this fixed means is that you actually want to make a particular row or a particular colon to be like to reflect in any other form, any other cell you drag it to. Like for example, since we drag from E to F, if this B is fixed, it means that instead of dividing by, let me click on enter, looking at this F, instead of dividing by dividing D2 by C2, it will still give you D2 divided by B2. So how do we fix this? The way we fix it is by adding a $sign in front of the particular cell we want to fix, in front of it. So now the equation is moving from cell to cell. It will keep in this colon B, like it does not change. Even if we have another formula, and let's say for example there's something else, we create a new row in this row E, and then we insert things here and we drag the equation. Let's say our equations move from E to F, then from F to G, and then we want it to also calculate for H, and all we have to do, since we have referenced B, the B is going to be constant, like nothing, it cannot change. Hi.
Please, we can't see your screen again. And also, I don't know if you can slow down a bit so that the participant can download the data set you are using from the WhatsApp group so that they can follow you. I can see some of them are just listening to you, they can't practice. For all the participants, you can download the data set from the WhatsApp platform and you can join.
I think they will slow us down. Since they're recording for this video, they can always, then if they have issue, they can contact us on the WhatsApp group. I think that's better.
Okay. You can continue.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like I was saying, I said there is something called fixed referencing. So fixed referencing has to do with like fixing a particular row or a particular colon. So when you fix a particular cell or a particular row, if you are dragging to another spot, just the way we did by dragging this E to F, it is still going to reference that fixed row or fixed colon. So what we are going to do now, we are going to make cell row colon B fixed. We are going to actually fix column B by adding a $sign to the back, like before the B, you just add a $sign here. Before the B, you're adding a $sign here. That will make this B to be fixed. So let's try it again. Let's try it and see how it goes. So now again, we click. It's the same thing for colon E because colon E was not wrong in the first place. Then from here, we're going to drag to colon F and see if it changes. Then as you can see, everything has changed here. It has changed. And if you click on colon F, you see that instead of D2 divided by C2 that it was showing us before, now it's actually showing us B2 instead of what was showing us before. It's now showing us D2. So for the last part of this particular calculation, calculation, it's saying return to the formula in column E and update your reference type. Okay, that's the fixed referencing that I just talked about. Return to the formula and update your reference type. That is the referencing I just talked about, which is called fixed referencing. So to make sure the calculation always reads from B. Yeah, as you can see, it's showing calculate to always read from column B, then drag the formula to column F and apply to all rows. That's what we have already done. So then we are going to move straight to number 4, question 4, which is update formula in column E and F to replace the divide/0 error in row 11 with a dash using the if error function. So from this part, what we have to do is, let's go back to this part again. We're going to like correct our formula from E using an if error statement. If error just basically helps you to like correct your formula in case maybe there is an error. Yeah, what you're saying to the sheet is that, okay, if there is an error in your formula, instead of returning error, maybe for example there's a blank cell within your calculation. So instead of returning error, it will actually tell you that, okay, instead of returning error, maybe you can say, okay, show blank or show no data found or something else. But for this case, they are telling us to use just a simple dash. So for if error statement, coming back to this, our formula tab again, we're going to click immediately after the equal to sign. Then we insert our if error. It's just basically to just write if error. Then you open bracket again. You open a bracket. So if error works with this, okay, let's say 4 minus 2 is 2. But then if it's actually going to like return anything otherwise, anything that's not 2, then this is what we want it to return. This is what we want it to return instead of returning error or something, then we want it to return a particular something, or let's say we want it to return invalid. So for this statement, we're saying if error this, then comma, then all you have to do is put a comma there, and then you use an apostrophe to insert what you want it to return if there is an error. So we're just going to put apostrophe, then we're putting a dash, and then we'll close it. So this is it, then we'll close the bracket to return. So this time around, when we click on this part, you see that instead of the divide error that was in column 11, it's now showing us dash. So Excel said that we should replace those in F2 with the same thing. We're going to just basically, let me drag from here to the next column. After dragging with this dot at the end, then we're going to double click on it. Then it returns everything as either the correct value or a dash. So why it was actually showing us that divide error was because there is no value for B and C in row 11. There is no value for column B and C in row 11. So that's why it was showing us that divide error. Okay, so for the sake of time, I think we'll have to like stop here so that those that have questions can ask their questions.
So before we ask questions, I've got chat. Please, everyone should just check the chat and try and sign.
I can go there, but yes.
Please, does anyone have like My colleague just said that for the attendance, check in the in-call message area and sign attendance. So after signing your attendance, if you have any questions, you can just proceed by asking your question.
Hello.
Hello.
Please, the attendance is showing day 2 instead of day 3.
Okay.
Yes, you can check it.
Okay. Okay. Please, does anyone has any question? Mustafa, please, you can go ahead. Mr. Mustafa.
Please ask your question. If you have
Good evening.
question, please ask your question.
Can I go ahead?
Yes, you can, please proceed.
Okay. My first, I want to request if the sheet, the data will be sent and without the one that doesn't contain the solutions, so that we can do the solution. You can do the solutions and send it maybe tomorrow. That is my first request.
Okay. Yeah, it can be sent to the group. Yes. So.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. But my question is that that I can't really get that referencing part. I mean, that referencing part when you are referencing that cell B2.
Yes.
So I got the way of referencing like by adding the dollar sign in front of the particular cell.
Yes.
But how you drag it, like how we make replicate of it to.
Oh, okay,
that,
okay.
That's
okay,
what
let
I
me
don't
just
understand.
repeat it again. Okay, yes. For how you make replicate of it, okay. Like maybe how I populated the entire column with it.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So for populating the entire row, look up, if you can see my cursor here, it's by the side.
I can see.
Yes,
Okay.
this part. Or you can just double click on it. When you double click, it will populate it for you.
Okay.
Then if you also want to drag it, look down again. You can see my cursor again.
Okay.
Yes, from here, from this same point that looks like a dot at the end, you just drag it.
To the next.
You just drag it.
Column.
Yes, to wherever you want it to go to. Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what you do.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Any other question?
Hello?
Hello, is there any other question, please?
Yeah, sorry, for
what? I can't hear you, please.
Sorry, for column E and F.
Yes.
I was trying to understand the formula. Because I know you typed in the formula for column E, but for column F,
yes.
I still don't understand where the formula actually came from.
Okay. Sorry. The formula for the data. Let's look at the data. Okay, so if you see the data, this is actually showing leads per call, like how many people actually have from the call you made, how many people did business with you. So that's what this data is all about. Like, it's more like a customer care kind of report. For example, okay, you are saying that you made 146 calls. So, like, how many people through that your 146 calls that you made, how many people actually purchased or used your service through those calls? So that's what this question is about. Then, how many percent of the people that used your that actually contacted you after the call? Like, maybe, for example, you made a call telling somebody that, okay, this is my business, this is what I do, and then maybe later the person calls you to like ask more questions about the particular thing. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yes. So maybe the person actually calls you, she like asks questions about what you told him earlier. That one is the lead per call, like the person came back. Then the sales per call part is through that your call. How many people actually use your service? You get it now?
Yeah, I got it.
Yes. So that is what is in this D is showing sales. And then B is showing the calls you made. So if you are looking for sales per call, it will be D, which is sales divided by the phone calls that you made. You get it?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, that's it.
Okay, so before the next question,
Is there any other question?
you can use the attendance like that. It has been corrected. You can leave it like that. Can everybody hear me?
Hope it's corrected.
What did you say?
But hope you said we should use it like that. I guess it's the same attendance they used yesterday, right? So hope it should be corrected. Like hope there won't be mix up.
I cannot hear you. What did you say?
What I said is that the attendance is showing day 2. I guess it is the same attendance sheet we used yesterday. Let's say someone didn't come yesterday but he attended today. So hope there won't be mix up.
We'll correct it from our end. We'll correct it from our end.
You can
Okay.
check now. The attendance is showing day 3 now. You can check.
Okay.
Same link.
Okay. It has been updated.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Before I have a question.
Okay, please ask your question. Thank you.
So from my own observation, it seems that referencing that we did, instead of typing another formula, instead of typing using another formula for that sales per call, we just reference the formula we used for the E for the column E. Then we correct the error by referencing column B, since we are using B in the both formula.
Yes, that's because B is the calls we made. If you look at E, it's showing leads per call. Like how many people actually ask for more information about your services after you have made your call. Maybe, for example, you called them telling them that, okay, you haven't been using our services since, or I'm launching a new product and stuff, and then maybe you tell them about the product. And definitely it's not everybody that will call you back to ask you like to get more information about the product that you're selling to them. So those people that are calling you back, they are the leads per call.
Okay.
And the sales per call, it is how many sales you made through the calls you made. Like we made from this row 2 now, you can see that we made 146 calls.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and then the sales, they are like 18. So this F is calculating how many percent of your total call, like of all the people you called, actually came back to use your service, like paid for your service, purchase your goods and the likes.
Okay.
That's what it's saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you too. Do you have any other question?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, please.
Please, in what way can we add percentage to the formula you typed in the?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, in what way can we add percentage? I don't understand
Okay,
that
for
part.
this particular Excel data, the equation just automatically returns as percentage because it will give you points and the rest. The equation just automatically returns as percentage. But if you want to add percentage to your formula, all you have to do is click on what you want to add the percentage to, either if it's a cell or a range of cells, maybe like more than one cell, a range of cells. All you have to do is click on them. After selecting them, you come to home. Then on this home part, you see where there is general, where my cursor is numbers, number. Where there's number, then you have this percentage sign. You can just click it from here. But then this okay, but then this is not this calls this phone call, it is not formatted to like show you percentage. That's why it was giving you extra zeros at the end. But then if you want to format your entire numbers and your entire rows and columns, you just come to this place, click on this drop down. You click on the drop down, yes, and then it gives you something like this. Don't know if I can, okay, I can't zoom in. Okay, so it gives you a variety of categories, which is general, numbers, currency, accounting, dates, time, percentage, fraction, scientific, text, special, custom, and the like, and all of them that you can see here. Now, presently is in general. We can decide to like change it to currency by clicking on this currency here. When you click on the currency, then it will automatically appear as dollar. But then you can change the symbol here. This place where my cursor is, you can see where the rose symbol. You can just click on this drop down and then look for the symbol that you want to use, or you can leave it at none, or you can leave it at dollar. Okay, so let me use the dollar. So then you can see decimal places here. There's decimal places here. You can see also reduce it, or yes, just reduce it. Then it goes to 0 and then you click on it. If I click on this now, you see that everything is returning with dollar, with the dollar sign. So that's where you basically go to format things here, especially when it relates to like numbers, like maybe you want to add something in front of them and stuff. So this is where you go. Even if it's like in this part, there is a formula, you can also just select them and work on it. But then with time and with constant practice and watching of different videos, attending different Excel classes, you would actually like understand the various functions. Let me undo this before I forget. Okay, then you understand the various functions of each of these tabs and ribbons. As you can see, all our tabs have ribbons. They have ribbons. If you want to even add border to this particular place I selected, looking at this place, you want to add borders here. You can see this sign here, close to this font. All you have to do is click on the drop down by this part, this check, this place here. You click on the drop down and then you see a different ranges of borders that you can add. You can add top, bottom border, top border, left border, right, no border, all border. But it's just with time. The more you use Excel, the more you get to like understand things about it. As you can see, like each of the ribbons, they have different functions. Like each of the ribbons under the various tabs, they have different functions. If you want to create your charts, you come to insert chart recommendation, look at it here. They have different functions, but the more you use it, the more you get to know the functions of these things. Like it's not something that you just get, you can just know from the start, you get. So the more you get to use it, the more you get to know the functions. Like we just did now, though we didn't use any of these ribbons here, but then you just got to know the function of this if error sign, that okay, if this particular equation is returning as error, instead of returning as error, you give it something that you want it to return as. Me, in my case, I just use a dash, but then you can pick something else. Maybe you can use invalid so that the person that is typing will know that it's invalid and stuff. There are lots of things you can do from this. If you click on this, let me even go through them. Like here now, you see align, you see font, you see numbers, you see styles, you see cells, you see editing. This is for the home tab. You come to the insert, the same thing. You have so many things, so many ribbons. You come to page layout, same thing. Formula is also the same. So it's something you get to like know more about when you use them frequently. When you try to like watch videos, ask questions from people you know that okay, know things about these things. So it's what you like get to like learn about daily. It's not something that you can just learn everything. But after this class, we're going to like drop the presentation that I was supposed to use. Since it's a practical class, I cannot show that presentation. I'll also be showing this because even now some people are even struggling to see it because this I have a though I didn't really like zoom in, but then if imagine combining both the presentation and then this practical aspect, it will not be good. So we're going to like send the presentation part so you can go through it, you read it, you can watch videos on YouTube, you can pay for courses online to learn about Excel. Excel it's very broad and it's also very marvelous because when you learn things in Excel, it just makes life easier for you. Instead of calculating manually and imputing, all you have to do is just put one formula and that's all. Everything is done, everything is settled. So that's it. Okay. So please, do we have any other question?
Hi. Hello, Ma. Hello.
Hello, I can hear you.
Yeah. Thank you, Ma, for your presentation.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
I have a question, Ma.
Hello.
My question is, hello. Hi.
I can't hear
Can
you
you hear
clearly,
me?
please.
We can't hear you clearly. Please, can you drop your question on the WhatsApp platform? It's already like past 9.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. She will respond to you on the
Okay,
WhatsApp
okay,
platform.
okay.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Yes, so we
Okay,
have come to the
thank
end
you.
of day.
Yeah.
We have come to the end of day 3 of the workshop. Thank you, Precious. Thank you very much for this beautiful presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank
So
you.
we'll see each
You're
other
welcome.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
We'll
thank
see
you.
each other tomorrow again, same time, 8 p.m. Thank you very much. Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Okay. Do have a lovely night's rest. Bye.